Hey, Coach Simone Kelly here with Dr. Tiffany Pringle, and get ready to get tapped into the health and wealth check-in. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about some things that will bring you peace of mind because Own Your Power is all about staying grounded, keeping our peace, and also being in alignment. And you can't do that when your family is in crisis with dealing with money or having health issues. You want to be definitely emotionally balanced and financially balanced. So that's why I brought Dr. Tiffany here, because most of my audience is over 35, and we're at those ages where we're not prepared, unfortunately. And we want to be prepared for anything that's like a crisis that can happen. So, with that said, welcome, Dr. Tiffany.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited about the topic. And I am Dr. Tiffany Pringle. I am the founder of TAP Insurance Group, which is my initials. And we run a full-fledged health and life and annuities brokerage firm. So I say brokerage because we have access to a number of carriers as well as types of services. So sometimes people think insurance, they think health, only health. They may think life, only life. Well, we do all the stuff in between that as well. We also do annuities. So the fact that your topic was health and wealth check-in, it's aligned properly because of the annuities. That's a way for you to kind of keep your money so it's not bouncing around with the market and you're still building wealth for yourself. And we also do ancillary plans. So ancillary would fall under dental, vision, hearing, hospital indemnity, cancer plans, stroke and heart attack plans. And one may say, wow, I didn't know all those types of plans existed, right? That's all the stuff in between. But we look at life happens, and you never know when something like that can take place, which is why we have access to those type of plans to help our clients.
All right, so you said something about ancillary plans. Can you break that down a little bit more? Like how you said there's cancer, there's stroke, because most people think that already covered by health insurance, right?
Yes, that's a good question. So when we think about ancillary plans, yes, your medical coverage covers you going to the doctor or going to the hospital, but you have also copays, co-insurance, out-of-pocket responsibility for bills that may show up later. The ancillary plans, such as cancer, heart attack, stroke, critical illness, accidental, and even hospital indemnity, helps to protect your out-of-pocket expenses. So let's say someone is stricken with something and they cannot go to work. They don't have the energy or the physical ability to do what they used to do. So that's loss of income. It may take travel that they need to get from where they are to the nearest specialist or a special type of clinic or program. Meals. Who knew that your plans could pay for your meals? Hotels, childcare. So these are things that you might see happening during the time that you cannot do what you used to do. Like, how do I continue supporting my family when I'm in this state? Well, if you had a cancer plan or stroke or heart attack, depending on what it was, the insurance company will pay you a check to cover whatever you need to cover. It's up to you if you want to pay the hospital bill, but what if you need to just pay your light bill?
Right,
What if you need to pay your car note?
right.
And these plans are set up where you pay a small premium on a monthly basis for a large cash benefit or cash out benefit. So I'll give you an example. We have some plans now with one of our carriers for individuals who are 30 years and younger. They can get a $10,000 cash payout if cancer ever showed up.
Okay.
So $36 for the year.
What?
Listen,
That
yes, we spend that kind of money going to McDonald's or
on
your favorite restaurant, right?
yeah, yeah. For the year?
30 a year. You spend more than that getting your nails done, right?
Right.
So a year, if you have a young person in your household, young people get stricken with these diseases as well.
Right.
That's $10,000 in your household to take care of whatever you need to take care of.
Right.
And all you spent was, I don't know, 2 Happy Meal 2 hamburger meals, I don't know, right?
It's a Starbucks sometimes.
Exactly, right? It's literally $3 per month.
That's great.
$3.
So
So, it's a one-time payout. So, once it's done, it's done on
okay,
that particular plan. You probably have to wait some years if you to be clear of that particular disease before you get another type of plan.
gotcha.
But same thing with heart attack, stroke, or any other type of critical illness, the plans are set up. So we have plans that will pay you 10,000, 20,000, all the way up to $50,000 if something happened.
Let me ask you this: if it runs, let's say something runs in your family, is that an issue or it doesn't matter?
No,
That's why I
no
think.
medical exams.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, because I'm
Mhm.
thinking that's when most people would do it because, like, my mother passed from breast cancer. I know people that have heart failure in their family, so they might be like, "Let me get this just in case, God forbid."
Right. So if you know that is your DNA, it's this happened to someone in your family, that may be more reason for you to be
Get it.
proactive for yourself. But they don't look at family history. They
Okay.
just look at whether or not you have it now. If you don't, go ahead and get it.
So based on what you said, I'm thinking about people I know that might have been a single mom that they needed help, like to take care of the kid or pick the kid up from school or whatever. So who else would you say would benefit from this?
So you have your single moms, you have entrepreneurs. I mean, you have husband and wives that have, a household of children, anybody, right? Your grandparents, if they've never had any of these diseases, this can affect any household. Doesn't matter the age.
Thinking of this too because of what's going on in the government with the healthcare going up. It might be a nice supplement, I guess, to help with. Yeah.
Yes. And, with the indemnity plans, they actually give them a per day rate for the days that they're in the hospital. So I'll give you an example. Let's say an individual was admitted into the hospital and they stayed 7 days.
Mm.
If they had an indemnity plan in place, depending on how they built it out, so like we have a guaranteed issue one that exists will pay $450 per day. The insurance company will pay you $400, 450 per day for the 7 days because you were in the hospital. No medical exam.
That's amazing. Do you have to wait long, or is it how do you get the money? Do they just give it? They just write you a check. They deposit in your bank. Like how does it work? Because
So
I know.
long as you're paying your premiums, right? As long as you're paying your premiums, you're covered. And then once you're discharged, you just send your paperwork in and you file your claims.
So now, how do you qualify? I mean, we just pretty much said there's no screening. They don't check your family. There's there's no way to qualify. That's it.
You
There's somebody.
just yeah, just so there are some plans that do underwriting, but we have plans that don't have underwriting. There's no medical exam. So you just sign up and once you are, paying your premiums, if something happened, you just submit those claims and they send you a check. That's it. You got to submit the claims. But they do put a cap on how many occurrences within a particular year.
Okay, that you can get it. Well, I'm thinking of one time.
Right.
Gonna be
So
one.
cancer would be one time.
Okay.
And you would have to read the fine print for each one of these types of policies to see, okay, well, if I'm in the hospital multiple times in a year, what is my maximum of payout?
Okay, so now I'm sure there are gonna be some people here that are skeptical and like, I'll just wing it. I don't think I need it. Da 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 da. What would be like the biggest myth about this type of protection that you can kind of dispel?
Sooner is better than later. The younger you are, I would definitely encourage you to pick up plans like this because it's less expensive. And you want to make sure that you are protecting yourself before something happens. And think about this. People say, I don't know if I want to pay 36,000 a month. I'm just throwing a number out. Well, where do you put 36 as $36 a year? Where do you put that money on a given day, right? And then what if that did happen and you could have been protecting yourself and you thought that was just wasteful, and now you're out of 10 grand,
So
right? What do you have to lose? How often do we go out to eat at restaurants and do not finish our food?
right, right. Um, I finish my food, but not most of the time. Most of the time. So can you share what are some common benefit packages? I know you said 10,000. What are there different levels or different tiers kind of thing?
Yeah, different. So you pay more. How much more money do you want? So your premium increased by the number that you select. And you want to just make sure, hey, you can afford it. Do a one and done. I'm going to pay for the whole year. And one of our carriers, if you pay up front for the entire year, they give you a month. So you actually pay 11 months instead of 12.
That's nice. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Forward.
I was going to say, always, check your plan. Even when you think you have coverage, you want to make sure you have more than enough coverage, because it's nothing more disappointing is to be dealing with bills on top of bills that you can't take care of. So just imagine if you had an extra 10 grand just because you had this situation. That would feel better than I had the situation and I have no money.
So now
Mhm.
a lot of listeners, 'cause Own Your Power is worldwide. So where does this plan work? Like, is it working only in America? Is there certain states that are, covered?
Well, most states are covered. There are certain states that don't participate in certain cancer plans, but like your heart attack, stroke, and critical illness plans, accidental plans, those are um, accepted in most states. So I don't foresee someone saying, "Oh, I can't get one of those plans." There's a company that will protect you.
Okay. Sounds pretty straightforward and simple. And I'm happy that we have you now as a part of the Own Your Power family. We're going to be doing more of these talks, sharing on how people can, take care of their health and their wealth. And I know you're all about both of those things. And yeah, I'm trying to rub off on you because Miss not Miss Dr. Pringle knows about both areas like amazingly. And I've heard nothing but good things about working with her. So I'm excited to start this journey. And how can people get started? We're gonna have a form for them to sign up.
Contact Own Your Power. They have some forms available and they can definitely steer you in the right direction. We'll make sure you get taken care of. Like I said, we have tons of offerings that we could provide. I'd rather you be proactive than reactive.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have a form in the show notes so that you can sign up and have a consultation and get started with Dr. Pringle. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, and we will have you back again, I'm sure, soon to talk about some other interesting topics. And again, remember, anything you want is attainable. Keep it locked on Own Your Power.
Awesome. Thank you.